Ready to level up? Today we're taking you on a mind-blowing journey through the evolution of video games, from Pong to virtual reality. Discover how tiny pixels sparked a global revolution, how groundbreaking innovations turned simple screens into jaw-dropping virtual worlds. This isn't just history, it's the epic saga of creativity, tech, and culture shaping the future of entertainment. Brace yourself, because what's coming next could change everything. Let's dive into the incredible story of gaming's rise to greatness. Are you in? The dawn of interactive entertainment, 1950s to 1960s. Our story begins in the late 1950s, an era when computers were massive and primarily used for scientific calculations. Yet pioneers in the field experimented with interactive programs. The earliest notable example was Tennis for Two, 1958, created by physicist William Higginbotham at Brookhaven National Laboratory. Using an oscilloscope and analog circuitry, this simple simulation allowed visitors to control paddles and hit a bouncing ball, a primitive but groundbreaking step toward digital interactivity. A few years later, in 1962, MIT students developed Space War on a PDP-1 computer. Featuring two spaceships battling in space, it introduced real-time graphics, player control, and competition, concepts that would become central to gaming. Despite these innovations, video games remained confined largely to research labs and academia, far from the mainstream. The arcade revolution, 1970s. The 1970s marked a turning point. Video games entered the public arena with the emergence of arcade machines. In 1972, Pong, created by Nolan Bushnell of Atari, revolutionized entertainment. Its simple gameplay, a digital version of table tennis, was easy to grasp and addictive, igniting a global arcade craze. The success of Pong led to a proliferation of arcade titles and established gaming as a social and cultural phenomenon. Following Pong, titles like Space Invaders, 1978, and Asteroids, 1979, pushed technological boundaries with improved graphics and sound. Space Invaders especially became a cultural sensation, fueling arcade popularity and inspiring new game genres. This era was pivotal in establishing video games as mainstream entertainment. Enter the living room, home consoles, and industry crisis. While arcades thrived, the late 1970s and early 1980s saw the rise of home gaming consoles. The Atari 2600, 1977, brought gaming into households, allowing players to switch between different games via cartridges. Classic titles like Pac-Man and Space Invaders turned gaming into a family activity. However, the industry faced a major setback in 1983, the video game crash, caused by market saturation and a flood of low-quality games. The infamous release of E.T. the Extraterrestrial, considered one of the worst games ever, epitomized the crash, leading to a market collapse and loss of consumer confidence. This crisis threatened to end the industry altogether. The industry's salvation came with Nintendo's entertainment system, NES, in 1985. Nintendo introduced strict quality controls and iconic titles like Super Mario Bros., The Legend of Zelda, and Metroid, which set new standards for gameplay, storytelling, and game design. The NES revitalized the industry and laid the foundation for modern gaming, the 16-bit era, and the console wars. The late 1980s and early 1990s saw fierce competition between Nintendo's Super Nintendo Entertainment System and Sega's Genesis, Mega Drive. This era was characterized by technological advances, better graphics, sound, and gameplay mechanics. Titles like Super Mario World, Super Metroid, and The Legend of Zelda, A Link to the Past, became classics. Sega challenged Nintendo with Sonic the Hedgehog, offering a faster and edgier experience. The rivalry extended beyond hardware into marketing battles, with Sega targeting a more mature demographic, while Nintendo maintained broad appeal. This competition fueled innovation and expanded the gaming audience. During this period, fighting games like Street Fighter II and Mortal Kombat gained popularity, introducing multiplayer battles and raising the stakes with more complex graphics and storytelling. Simultaneously, the industry transitioned to 3D graphics with titles like Super Mario 64 and The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, which set new standards for immersive gameplay. The rise of PlayStation and online gaming. The mid-1990s saw Sony's PlayStation revolutionize gaming with a vast library of titles like Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid, and Resident Evil. These games combined stunning visuals with deep storytelling, pushing the medium forward. The late 1990s and early 2000s ushered in online gaming. Microsoft's Xbox Live 2002 enabled multiplayer gaming over the internet, transforming how players interacted. PC gaming flourished with World of Warcraft, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game, MMORPG, that created persistent online worlds with millions of players interacting simultaneously. The PlayStation 2 became the best-selling console of all time, supporting DVDs and serving as a multimedia hub, further embedding gaming into everyday entertainment. The modern gaming era, HD, indie games, and esports. The 2010s marked a gaming revolution. High-definition graphics, open-world environments, and cinematic storytelling became standard with consoles like the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Titles such as The Witcher 3, Grand Theft Auto V, and Breath of the Wild set new benchmarks for immersion and narrative depth. Indie games gained prominence, with small studios creating innovative titles like Minecraft, Undertale, and Celeste. These games demonstrated that creativity could thrive without massive budgets, often introducing unique mechanics and artistic styles. Battle Royale games like Fortnite, PUBG, and Apex Legends exploded in popularity, offering fast-paced, last-man-standing matches that attracted millions and became cultural phenomena. In particular, Fortnite blurred the lines between gaming and social entertainment by hosting virtual concerts and events within its world. Simultaneously, virtual reality (VR) technology emerged, with devices like Oculus Rift, HTC Vive, and PlayStation VR offering fully immersive experiences. Although still developing, VR opened new possibilities for gaming, storytelling, and social interaction. Looking to the future. Today, the industry continues to push boundaries. The latest consoles, the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X, deliver stunning visuals, faster load times, and expansive worlds. Titles like Cyberpunk 2077 and Horizon Forbidden West showcase the incredible potential of current hardware. Mobile gaming remains dominant, bringing experiences to billions worldwide with titles like Among Us, Clash Royale, and Genshin Impact. Cloud gaming services like Google Stadia and Nvidia GeForce now aim to stream high-end games directly to devices, reducing hardware barriers. Innovations like augmented reality, AR, brain-computer interfaces, and advanced haptic feedback promise to revolutionize how we interact with games, potentially blurring the lines between virtual and physical worlds. As technology advances, the future promises even more immersive, social, and innovative experiences. Whether through virtual worlds, neural interfaces, or entirely new forms of interactive entertainment, one thing is certain: the journey of video games is far from over. If you enjoyed this voyage through gaming history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And tell us, what's your most memorable gaming moment?